I think what's startling for a lot of people when they're looking at these documents, because I'm sure the people who were writing these emails, they never thought they were going to see the light of day, right? And now we're seeing their communications, their interactions. We're seeing how deep these relationships were. When some of these people publicly, they said one thing, they distanced themselves from Epstein. Now we're seeing a different story come to light here. And it really feels like for a lot of people that the elite who are mentioned in this believe that they are operating on a different playing field than the rest of the world, really. And you mentioned that that hearing that Attorney General Pam Bondi was in. She was testifying in front of the House Judiciary Committee earlier this week. It was very fiery when the Epstein files were brought up. And during one moment, Congressman Jamie Raskin, he said to Bondi, "You're running a massive Epstein cover-up right out of the Department of Justice." He went on to say this: "You redacted the names of abusers, enablers, accomplices, and co-conspirators, apparently to spare them embarrassment and disgrace, which is the exact opposite of what the law ordered you to do. Even worse, you shockingly failed to redact many of the victims' names, which is what you were ordered to do by Congress." Do you agree with him there? Do you think you would go as far to say that the DOJ is running a cover-up when it comes to these Epstein documents?
Yeah, I mean, this is a completely unique circumstance. I mean, this is one trial and one case in which Congress passed a law to say we want transparency behind this particular file. And while the Department of Justice or law enforcement may have normal methods of what becomes public and what doesn't, this is completely different. There has been such a public outcry. In fact, Trump ran and said that he would release the Epstein files. And now it looks like the whole purpose of getting there was to actually shield him. And so when Congressman Raskin says that Congress had said in this particular case, you must release the entire file and by a date certain, that is completely unique. The entire nation, the entire public, both Republican and Democrat, said that this one case needs to be put out there for the purpose of the transparency of healing not only what has happened to the victims, but how Epstein represents the whole case, represents the entire nation trying to move towards protecting children. And so I've seen my Republican colleagues often jump up and down about what they think are in books and libraries or school activities claiming to protect children. But now that it looks like it's Trump and his inner circle that is what's being named in these files, they are going beyond to try to continue to shield it. And that goes straight to the Attorney General. Um, it's appalling. The Attorney General and the Department of Justice is supposed to represent the United States and each and every citizen, not the elected president. The job is to serve us, not him.
What we're learning from the materials that have been released is that Epstein had relationships around the world. He was well connected with the rich and the powerful around the globe. And since these Epstein files came out, there's been fallout worldwide. And I was talking to a guest earlier this week about that fallout and how other countries are handling it. And I was speaking with an English historian, and we were talking about how Prime Minister Keir Starmer's job was threatened earlier this week because of what was revealed about someone that he appointed to the UK ambassador to the US. And Starmer never even met Epstein ever in his life, never had a relationship with him, yet his job was on the line. The king also indicated that the royal family would cooperate into an investigation into his little brother, the former Prince Andrew. Some of the people mentioned in these files have faced questions since the nature of their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein was revealed. Some have faced personal and professional consequences. However, most have not. So do you think that the United States is doing enough to hold people accountable? What do you think needs to be done here?
I mean, I think there has been public outcry, but I think as a nation, you have a choice right now. You can either stand with the victims or you can stand with Trump. And that seems to be the clear divide here. And so the victims are telling you that there are individuals who have not yet been held to account. They are telling you that they were raped by men in power, that they want the world to know and hold them accountable. And you are seeing the world respond in a way to hold people that are accountable. And let's be clear, co-conspirator doesn't mean witness necessarily, doesn't mean person of interest. That means somebody that they found is part of a crime. And there are obviously going to be people that may have committed crimes that have not been prosecuted. And there may just be people that were witnesses. You don't know that distinction or that difference until these files actually come out. And the fact that Pam Bondi and those at the Department of Justice are doing everything that they can to seemingly redact the information on Trump's inner circle when they are at the seat of American power, that should frighten everybody. The election should about transparency, integrity, and releasing those files. And it sure does look like it became the greatest opportunity for them to cover it up. And so I am grateful that the women are holding strong, that with everything that is happening to them right now, they continue to doggedly say that this victim population needs to be protected. It's not just about them. It's about the integrity of the system and whether or not we're truly going to protect children going forward. And so I pray that this nation responds in the way that we've seen the world, which is to stand with the victims, not with the perpetrators, and not with the corrupt system right now that's trying to redact and keep those men from being exposed.
There have been